Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to this very special occasion, the presentation of the Venture Impact Awards by the Hellenic Initiative. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Mariana Skilakaki, Editor-in-Chief of Atenea, and together with Yannis Moutsos, journalist and TV host at Mega TV, we will be co-presenting tonight's event. The Venture Impact Awards, Yanni?
Well, the Venture Impact Awards is the Hellenic Initiative's newest program, providing help and support to Greece's brightest and most talented teams, helping them create ventures and projects that are scalable and sustainable. The Venture Impact Awards was actually founded with the initial support of the Hellenic Foundation and the Charles Condes Trust in 2019.
This has been a difficult year for everyone, so it is truly heartwarming to see that during such tough times, there is such an incredible crop of Greek entrepreneurs doing exceptional things all over the country, but also that there are important initiatives, such as the Venture Impact Awards, to support them and help them grow even more.
So let's now give the floor to Mr. George Stampas to just tell us a few words about the Hellenic Initiative and this very important work that they are doing. So, Mr. Stampas, welcome and thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you all very, very much. And Kalimera from the United States, and to see all of us together like this in the course of the pandemic just demonstrates to me once again that the pandemic can't hold back the Hellenic Initiative, and it can't hold back the Greek spirit. This extraordinary award program, which is a logical extension of the principles on which THI was created, not just in very difficult times to, as we say, feed people fish, but very much teaching them how to fish. So the mission of the Hellenic Initiative is so well demonstrated in this award program, which was the brainchild of Dimitri and Harriet, who are with us today. And on behalf of all of the board directors of the Hellenic Initiative, Harriet, please, Dimitri, please accept my heartfelt thanks and congratulations for doing something that is so meaningful. We're going to hear some amazing stories right now. I know the judges who have had a difficult time with the selection process are all with us. And again, congratulations to the 14 award winners who are with us today. We like to say at the Hellenic Initiative that it took 69 pillars to hold up the Acropolis structure, the Parthenon. 69 pillars, all working together simultaneously. Oli Mazi, to create such an extraordinary symbol that Greece and Athens gave to the world. And if I may say, like those 69 pillars, to see all of us today come together for this very, very auspicious effort is a symbol of what Greece has meant and what it means and what it will mean in the future. So, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Thank you all.
Ευχαριστούμε εμείς. Thank you very much, Mr. Stampas. It's been an honor, as we said before, about the Hellenic Initiative being here and trying to assist all those who actually have bright ideas, but they try to realize it. But the Venture Impact Awards would not have been possible if it wasn't for the Hellenic Foundation and the estate of Charles Condes. So thanks to its founders, Dimitris and Sarah Georgakopoulos, the Hellenic Foundation makes grants to and from program-related investments in charitable, educational and scientific enterprises in Greece. Now time to invite Mr. Dimitris Georgakopoulos on behalf of the Hellenic Foundation, and then we'll give the floor to Ms. Harriet Zervakis and Mr. Peter Zervakis on behalf of the estate of Charles Condes. Mr. Georgakopoulos.
Thank you, Yanni. I am deeply honored and excited to be one of the sponsors for this event. My desire creating the Hellenic Foundation with Sarah last year was to give back to Greece, helps promote sustainable businesses that create jobs and help reverse the brain drain. Businesses with a strong sense of purpose and a broad awareness of the impact that they have in their communities. Businesses that do well by doing good. It was these kinds of businesses that we wanted to highlight. And I'm thrilled with the amount of interest and the quality of the applications we received. Congratulations to everyone. And I'm hopeful that this is just year one of a great annual tradition. Thank you. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Mr. Georgopoulos, let's hope that you will find some imitators, if I may allow to say so that we'll have more donors and sponsors like yourself. But now let's move on to Ms. Harriet Zervakis and Mr. Peter Zervakis on behalf of the estate of Charles Condis.
On behalf of the Charles C. Condis Trust, I congratulate this year's Venture Impact Award winners and the Hellenic Initiative. Charles, baptized Eftichios, was a brilliant engineer and investor. He left a multi-million-dollar trust to various charities. Charles first visited Greece in 1946 while he was still in the U.S. Armed Forces. Charles left Greece, but Greece never left him. Uncle Charles would be proud of the dynamic Hellenes and Hellenides who are breathing new life into the Greek economy. Thank you for your faith in Greece. And now, a few remarks from Pete Zervakis, Charles's grandnephew.
Thanks, Harriet, aka Mom. The thing I want the VIA award winners this year to know about my great uncle is that he had a lifelong thirst for learning. As my mom mentioned, despite a great career as an engineer, he learned about investing. He became a savvy investor in the stock market. And even in his free time, what he enjoyed most was traveling the world, learning the history of different countries like Russia, like Egypt, of course, like Greece and Cyprus, and then immersing himself in the cultures he found there. So congratulations to our award winners this year. And I want to urge all of you to, as you go forward and continue to innovate and to grow, to share my great uncle Eftichios' thirst for learning as you do so.
Mr. Zervakis and Ms. Harriet Zervakis, thank you very much for being with us, and thank you on behalf of everyone else, the winners that are actually here with us. Mariana?
Yes. Thank you so much for your remarks and for your contribution. Tonight we will be announcing the winners of the Venture Impact Awards, but before we go into the main part of our evening, we thought it would be helpful if we gave you a brief overview of what to expect from our virtual event. Jeremy Downward will be delivering a message from the judges of this program next, followed by an introduction to the process by Michael Princhos. We will then proceed with the announcement of our first set of winners. We will be conducting a short live interview with a very special guest, Marcos Verenis, co-founder and executive chairman of Upstream and one of the judges of the VIA. And last but not least, THI Executive Director Peter Poulos will be delivering the closing remarks of the evening. So without further ado, I yield the floor to Jeremy Downward, followed by Michael Princhos.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Peter has asked me to speak on behalf of the judges today, which I have to say is a singular honor, given the wealth of experience gathered together in that 16-person group of highly distinguished individuals. And I am delighted to say a few words that have come out from our collective experience of assessing this extraordinary cohort of applications. I can tell you, first of all, that we really enjoyed reading through all of the written inputs, the answers to the questionnaires, the pitches, the videos, and the other materials that were submitted. The applications, I think, laid bare an extraordinarily rich seam of Greek talent that shines undimmed and undiminished in this most extraordinarily difficult of years. They were, in my opinion, uniformly of high quality, and they were also extremely diversified across a very broad array of activities, from, for example, recycling or upcycling of clothes, coffee grind and plastic, through to technical pitches looking to promote ideas around, for example, high-value plant-based proteins or organic cosmetics. And frankly, everything in between those two extremities. Whether the pitches were seasoned and smooth or raw and unpolished, we were truly impressed by the energy, the creativity, and the passion that was common to all of them. It's abundantly clear that the commitment to making a positive impact and towards ESG has become far more essential to the Greek startup community than was the case just a few short years ago. And all of the judges were delighted with this most important evolution. It's both necessary and there is no turning back. It is a one-way street. Our task to select the best 10 was thus extraordinarily difficult. And guess what? We failed, because as George Stamos mentioned a couple of minutes ago, I think there are 14 awards this evening and not 10. And that speaks to the quality of the applications that we went through. So in conclusion, I would just like to say many, many congratulations to all of you who have bid for these awards. Be tenacious, don't take no for an answer, and all the very best continuing to pursue your passion in 2021. Thanks so much. Michael.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Prinzos, and I am THI's Program Director. I would like to start by thanking THI's board, my team at THI, Peter, and everyone else, our donors and supporters of these programs, especially the Hellenic Foundations and the Charles C. Condis Trust, and of course, our judges, the speakers, and our two lovely moderators. But the real congrats, I think, should go to all the applicants. This year, we received a record number of applications. In total, 123 in just 3 weeks' time. As Jeremy said, the sectors ranged from agro, food, to biotech and fintech, from highly innovative startups to co-ops and social enterprises. We managed to shortlist these 123 applications down to 25, using criteria associated with social impact. We valued proposals based on whether or not they were promoting innovation, on whether or not they were creating jobs in Greece, promoting the Greek heritage and culture, protecting the environment. But at the same time, we checked the financial sustainability and their overall ability to grow. We wanted our money not to make the difference between making it or breaking it, but more importantly, to act as seed funds that can help these companies grow. We decided to do so especially now, as George said, in the middle of this pandemic, when we know that there is so many good ideas and so much talent in Greece looking for cash in order to move to the next stage. So after 18 judges, we're lucky and very grateful to have 14 winners, dividing among them $250,000 in cash prizes, which, as far as I know, is one of the largest, if not the largest, cash prize award ever given in Greece. Mariana and Yanis will drive us through the award ceremony, but we will just go through the 3 different levels of awards, 10K, 20K, and 30K. But I don't want to say anymore. I leave the surprise element to them. Mariana and Yanis, the floor is back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, so much. And it is truly a good reason to be failing when you have such a great cohort of participants and nominees that you cannot choose 10 and you end up choosing 14. So I think that's a very, very positive message for entrepreneurship in Greece. So now that we've gotten the lay of the land and an understanding of the thought that went into this process, we're ready to announce our first set of winners who will be receiving support to the tune of $10,000 each. Upon being announced, each winner will have the opportunity to share a few words with our audience, but we have instructed them to be brief. We do encourage you to find out more about these exceptional teams and these exceptional ventures through their websites and social media pages. So let me start with the first award recipient in this group, Stevia Hellas, the leading dry stevia leaves producer across Europe. The Stevia Hellas Co-op cultivates stevia in Greece and manufactures final stevia products in France. With a rising awareness of the various health benefits associated with its consumption, consumers, but also food and beverage manufacturers, have been substituting sugar with this very unique product. Stevia Hellas and Christos Stamati, congratulations.
Thank you, Mariana. Thank you all for very much for the Venture Impact Award 2020. I'm deeply honored and excited about this award. I think that this is one of the most significant time of this year for our cooperative. A few years ago, we were a small group of people trying to convince ex-tobacco growers to switch their cultivation into stevia. After almost 10 years now, we managed to really have an impact on families of our farmers. Cultivating stevia plants demands less resources during cultivation process comparing with sugar, let's say, and contributes to a more healthy state of living that meet the market expectations. For this year, we enhance our impact by establishing new farm spots across Europe. Above all, me and our farmers wishing you Merry Christmas and a prosperous and, of course, healthy 2021 for everyone. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck with your new ventures in 2021. It's time for our next winner, which is Elektronio Wheels. Founded in Thessaloniki in 2015, this award-winning Greek startup makes premium electric bicycles with a special geometry and philosophy, opening up new and exciting possibilities for urban transportation. It's my pleasure to present the team of Elektronio Wheels. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mariana. On behalf of Elektronio, we are very glad to be among the winners, as we will be able to upgrade our lab equipment, increase our production capacity, and make more sustainable mobility solutions next year. Thank you, Venture Impact Award, and don't forget to reimagine your vehicle.
So now we remain in the $10,000 award. This is the first category, and we'll just move on to the next winner. What would the world be if it wasn't for the bees? The next winner in the 10K Venture Impact Award class has an answer to this question because it turns the output of bees into overall well-being products that really neutralize free radicals, the #1 cause of aging. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you our next winner, Apiceuticals. The floor is yours.
Hi, Yanis, Mariana, and the rest of the team. Thank you very much for having us here. I'm glad that Apiceuticals is for the second year in a row at the forefront and amongst all these terrific winners. And congratulations again for your achievements. As Yanis said, we turn the output of the bees into meaningful innovations. With these awards, we would continue to expand our global leadership in antioxidant activity while impacting Greece at the social, financial, and scientific level. Thank you for your support and your belief in our startup. We hope we will meet your expectations the same way you have met ours. And all together, let's bring a meaningful impact in our country. Thank you again, and you have made us really happy.
Thank you.
Thank you for the amazing work. Now, for our next winner, we all know just how difficult access to finance tends to be in Greece, especially for micro-entrepreneurs, the unemployed, but also vulnerable individuals and groups. Our next award recipient, AFI, is a civil non-profit company established in 2014 to combat economic and social exclusion in Greece through the provision of microfinance services to individuals and groups who cannot tap into traditional credit channels and business development services. AFI team, congratulations. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mariana. Good morning and good afternoon to everybody. It is a great honor for us to be amongst you. I would like to thank you because this particular award will help us to transform AFI digitally, which eventually will lead us to our main goal, which is to become the single biggest microfinance organization in Greece, having reached all over Greece and helping all those who do not feel being empowered financially and otherwise. It is a great honor. Again, thank you very much, and congratulations to everybody, all participants.
Thank you for your kind offer as well. Right, Mariana, I think it's time actually to move on recycling, which actually has become more of a necessity than an option. That is why our next winner, Resi Trust, has taken recycling on another level. How? People at Resi Trust have developed the first of its kind smart scale What it does, it enables sorting, it boosts engagement and provides real-time data about recycling performance in any office facility, while enabling a network of certified collectors to close the loop of recyclable waste through an e-auction, an electronic auction mobile collection feature. That is why the Venture Impact judges have chosen to give a $10,000 award to Rest Trust. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Yanni. Hello, everyone. We really are so delighted and honored to get that award among other great and exceptional ventures. Thanks again for this honor, because we are just a newly established company. We just registered the company on February, just before the lockdown. So it's like we're closing the year on a good note, which is really important. And this award for us, of course, represents a great indication of what we offer, and also it's a great endorsement for our proposal. Congratulations to all of you, all the other teams. It's really challenging times. I wish you all the best for the next year. Stay healthy and safe, and all the best again, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sustainability has been a big theme this year, and it's clear that it has been a big theme with the winners of this year's awards. Sustainable and participatory urban development can be a true catalyst to help us tackle the problems our cities are facing. So our next award recipient is an innovative team that has developed a collection system optimized for separation at source in collaboration with coffee shops, with the help of a smart algorithm defining optimum collection routes and a 100% electric vehicle to reduce transportation-related greenhouse gases. During the COVID-19 period, they also developed a safe delivery and collection system. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present the final winner in this category, In Common.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very, very much for this award. On behalf of the whole In Common team, today I would like to share, first of all, our motto, which is Healthy Planet, Happy People, Innovative and Active Communities. So In Common is working on the vision that more and more Greek cities can become more sustainable. And today we would like to promise that although we are a very small and young team, we will not stop until we really achieve this goal and vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and keep up the good work. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the tension is actually rising as we move on to the next category of the $20,000 winners. So I think this is the mostly populated award category with 6 winners. Number 1 in this category is the Staramaki Social Cooperative. Based in rural Greece, Staramaki utilizes wheat to create a viable, eco-friendly alternative to single-use plastic straws, and at the same time create employment opportunities and promote social cohesion as well as social and regional development. The Staramaki name actually comes from the Greek word sitari, which means wheat, and the second half of the word kalamaki, which means straw. So essentially we use straws made out of wheat. The floor is yours.
Hello, thank you very much for the introduction and the opportunity to be here. My name is Stefanos Kamperis. I'm here representing Staramaki, a social cooperative based in Kilkis, North Greece, a non-touristic region. We utilize the byproduct of local wheat cultivation in order to produce an organic drinking straw that is made from the natural stem of the wheat plant. Well, thank you for supporting us demonstrate that there is room for innovative thought in agricultural Greece, and that the social and circular bioeconomies can become fertile fields for such innovative actions. Thank you for your support.
Well, actually, if you allow me, the word kalamaki is something that we normally use both in Athens and in Thessaloniki in a different way. But in this case, it's the straw that we use to drink our, favorite beverage. Well, congratulations, because you're actually making the world more eco-friendly. Mariana.
Absolutely. It's so interesting to see that all of these incredible teams have society in their minds, and that's the case with our next recipient as well. 4 classmates joined forces at the Special Vocational Education Laboratory of Agios Dimitrios, and after graduating in 2016, they started producing snacks in their school lab. They eventually established 3S, School Synergy Snacks, a social cooperative enterprise for the inclusion of people with intellectual disabilities, which promotes and distributes healthy nut bars in many points all around Greece. It is my great pleasure to present 3S School Synergy Snacks with their award. Congratulations. Effie, can you hear us?
Hello. Hello. Good evening to all. Καλησπέρα σε όλους. Καλημέρα στην Αμερική. This is Effie Chrysou. I'm a special education teacher. It's a great honor for us to be amongst you. We're a social corporate enterprise for the inclusion of vulnerable groups, starting from an educational program in a special vocational school in Athens. We managed to share our dreams with our students and their families. With our Greek quality snacks based on Ilias Mamalakis recipes, we aim at creating equal job opportunities for people with disabilities. Our team would like to thank the Hellenic Initiative for giving us the opportunity to fulfill our vision. Wish you all the best for next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and such a wonderful vision.
Thank you very much.
Right, now I'm not quite sure how many of you are familiar with the letter Phi. Phi is actually the first letter of the name of the next winner. It is actually the name of the dead leaf of the sea plant Posidonia oceania. So Phi actually managed to turn a natural material existing in abundance in the Mediterranean into a useful raw material to make environmentally friendly products. The company aims to build a strong case study that, apart from the environmental and social impact, she will export part of the Greek Mother Nature combined with advanced materials technology developed by experienced Greek researchers throughout the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Phi.
Hello. Thank you very much. My name is Stavros Chabanidis. We are really honored being part of THI's family. And thank you very much for selecting our company for this award. The whole journey started back in 2015 with a clear vision, together with my partner and co-founder, Nikos Athanasopoulos, to give a second life to the huge tones of the dead leaves of seagrass, Posidonia oceanica, which I'm sure that you are watching when you are doing a walk on the Greek coastal lines. We developed a technology to transform them to biocomposite materials that can be used in different commercial applications. These end products have a clear vision to bring you closer to the Greek sea aura and bring you closer to the Mother Nature. The money from the award helped us a lot to further scale our R&D and increase our production capability, which is something very critical for what we do in order to go to the next step. Congratulations to all the winners. Looking forward to connect with all of you. I wish you all the best for the next year. And thank you very much again for this opportunity.
Thank you. It's actually quite amazing what people can do out of all this raw material that is in abundance around us. And we move on to the next winner. A common denominator in all the winners is the service they provide to society. So Impact Hub Athens has developed tools and initiatives that offer direct service to clients, but at the same time work as platforms for other small, social and innovative entrepreneurs to grow their businesses so that we can all grow as a social innovation ecosystem. Now, this year, due to the pandemic, Impact Hub Athens created an online mall, moving the Kypseli market digitally and providing a platform for all those enterprises that didn't have the resources to do so by their own means. So I present you Impact Hub Athens. Elena, your microphone is switched off. Could you please turn this on?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's great. Thank you.
So thank you for this recognition. It's a great honor for us to receive this award and create this digital place where consumers can buy ethically and consciously, and where social enterprises can amplify their customer base. See you online for accessible, sustainable and ethical shopping.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So how can humanity solve the urgent upcoming shortage of feed and protein due to overpopulation? Our next winner is an ambitious hybrid agri-tech company whose aim is to welcome overpopulation with the help of technology. Solmeia simultaneously tackles the urgent threat of climate change, but also humanity's increasing nutritional needs by producing high-value algal, bio-based products and proteins. Congratulations on your win, Solmeia. The floor is yours.
Microphone. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. So thank you very much for this warm introduction, Mrs. Kilakaki. So on behalf of our Solmeia team, I'm delighted to meet, or at least meet most of these brilliant personalities related to the Hellenic Initiative. Having lived, studied, and worked in the US for almost 8 years, I'm glad that our Solmeia Agri-Biotech venture has been successfully selected by our committee. We are the first vertical microalgae company in the Southeastern Europe, producing plant-based proteins, utilizing the ample sunlight and the hazardous CO2. And we cannot wait to welcome Greek-American scientists to intern or even work and further innovate with us. Solmeia makes eating, living, and being well a feasible part of a graduate work. And we gratefully consider the Hellenic Initiative family as an ideal partner. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. So that actually wraps up the winners on the second category of the $20,000. I know the tension is rising, but before we go on, we have a surprise for you. And this is a person who has actually proven that someone can actually make it in Greece despite the difficulties, despite the hurdles and the financial crisis that we've been through all this time. So let me just present to you Mr. Marco Veremis, who is actually the co-founder and executive chairman of Upstream, an Athens-based mobile monetization business that has gone global. He's also partner at Big Pie Venture Capital, and he's member of the Venture Impact Award panel of judges. Mr. Veremis, thank you for being here with us and obviously being a judge for all these nominees.
We can hear you now, I think.
Yes, my pleasure, my pleasure. It's great to be here. Great to be here.
It is really great having you, and I'd like to start with a question relating to your being a judge at this award program. You were involved with the Venture Impact Awards as a judge. What impressed you the most going through the nominees, and was there a trend that you identified that made you particularly hopeful at this juncture?
What impresses me the most, to be honest, is just progress. I've been involved with similar competitions and events in the past decade, and I can tell you, when I participated in the first ones, it was a rather depressing experience. And back then, we almost had 0 startups, and it was just beginning. And now, what a breath of fresh air. I mean, you get such amazing initiatives from every possible sort of configuration and walk of life and product category, from cooperatives all the way to innovations on sort of the using things like algae. It's simply remarkable. I'd say that this is in line with what I've seen overall in the startup market, which was, as I said, 0 about 10 years ago, and today it's a 4 billion plus market out of nothing. It grew in the crisis. And what I can recognize in most of those teams that I reviewed during my sort of judgment stint, it was just the passion, the dedication, the perseverance, but also the wisdom of having built not just very interesting and useful ideas, but knowing a lot more things about how to execute them and actually make them successful. So yeah, it was a very enjoyable experience, and just actually meeting some of the winners today through this video call is truly uplifting.
Mr. Veremis, Marco, if you allow me, I would just like to get more personal and to ask you for the lessons that you've learned throughout your career as an entrepreneur, because you started off from the very bottom as a marketing executive, but you have built a global company in a very difficult period of time in Greece when we had this financial crisis, trying to even survive. So what exactly are the key lessons that you learned and you would like to share with the new generation of Greek entrepreneurs?
The first thing I would say is that, there is no greater pleasure of building something from zero alongside other people and see it develop both as a team, like the combined companies that I now sort of have worked on or invested in employ about 3,000 people. And also, this journey makes your life seem like you've lived multiple lives over a decade. So it's a great privilege, and I'm kind of very excited seeing these young companies just beginning. And I can tell you, that there's a lot of good stuff ahead. In terms of wisdom, I've been thinking about this a lot, and quite honestly, I've come back to the very simple principles of what Aristotle called eudaimonia, eudaimonia. It's very different to happiness. It's very different to ευτυχία, and it's a much forgotten word. And I think that, ευτυχία, as the word sort of says, happiness is very much down to luck. You don't control it. Eudaimonia, on the other hand, is finding your best demons, your best self, and becoming better every day. And that is something we actually control. And Aristotle talks about 4 principles that I think are also the key lessons I've learned looking back at my career of now 20 years almost since I started upstream. So, the first thing is tolmi. Tolmi is really courage, and that we only have one life to live, and a life lived in fear is almost like a life half lived. So just taking the risk, as an entrepreneur, taking those bets, going sometimes for broke, is really the only way to live. So the first thing is tolmi, courage. The second of his principles is really what he calls ensynesthesis, megaloψυχία. Essentially, the ability to connect with other people and understand your surroundings and build teams. There is no great success without a great team. And this is really the most important lesson. The initial people involved in any venture are really the foundation of anything that may become a huge company in the future or a very successful company that is of moderate size. That initial team is almost everything, and it takes a certain amount of wisdom to do that. The third lesson is definitely the issue of justice. That the intrinsic sense of justice and ethics when you build a business, having a purpose, not letting any of your employees down, is really a key characteristic of a successful venture. And the final thing is metro, or moderation in everything, as the ancient Greeks sort of emphasized. It doesn't matter if you fail, it doesn't matter if you succeed. These things are temporary, they are here today, gone tomorrow, and people should always keep a low profile, understand that what they've done is not as important as they might think, and always sort of keep that sense of moderation. These are the key lessons, and they're all back to Aristotle.
And they all very much relate to what everybody's been going through this year. And I think these are important messages, no matter where you're coming from. But you did mention eudaimonia. You said people should be fighting their demons. Greece has fought demons over the past decade, that's for sure. So I guess my next question would be, what would you identify as the biggest opportunities for the Greek economic environment at this moment? And what would you say is the biggest threat a few days before we enter 2021?
I think Greece has an opportunity that it has never really capitalized, or it's just beginning to capitalize. which is a very educated group of people that is quite broad. So Greece is like within the top 5 countries in the world in terms of STEM, which is sciences, technology, engineering, mathematics, and you know, we are among countries like Korea and countries like Germany. At the same time, I think we are the second highest in terms of degrees in Europe, university degrees. So we're a very educated lot that have never really quite managed to translate that into economic success. But the knowledge is there. The sophistication is there. You know, you try to run this event in Italy or in Spain, no one would speak English. And, you know, you saw all of the recipients speaking absolutely wonderful English. You know, we are a very cosmopolitan, very educated country. And the time has come to actually capitalize on that. And we are capitalizing on that. So the first thing is really people and their ability to at last be able to capitalize on the knowledge. The second thing is just the place. You know, the damn place is so beautiful. You know, it's so nice to live here. And because of the pandemic, I think a lot of people are moving to Greece. Either people that left in the brain drain, and now it's becoming a brain regain, or people from all over the world are choosing Greece as digital nomads. So these two opportunities combined can be quite explosive, I think, for the next 10 years of this country. The danger, the threat, I think, you know, two things. The first thing is let's not go back to our old ways is the greatest threat. You know, if Greece becomes fairly affluent again and we start importing again and we stop producing and we stop innovating because it's always easier to sit back and consume as opposed to lean forward and work, that is really the biggest threat. And it's more a threat of mentality than anything else. The second threat is really running out of good people. You know, we are a small place. If more Microsofts and Pfizers and Accentures and Teslas come, and they are coming, you know, we need to educate our kids better. You know, we need to get them faster into the right degrees at university, and we need to make sure that we don't run out of talent in the right areas. So, you know, these are the two threats, both manageable.
Mr. Veremis, allow me to comment on something that you mentioned before. You said that we are very cosmopolitan as a society, but let's not forget where we came from and not forget our roots, because we may be speaking many different and foreign languages, but we also need to communicate with each other in Greek. So, because all the major criteria that you mentioned before are based in Aristotle's teachings. Now, the question is, why should someone actually bet his money on Greece in the year coming and maybe in the next 10 or 20 years?
Well, this question seemed a bit odd 10 years ago. Thankfully, now it sounds reasonable and expected, because a lot of large companies like Microsoft bought a Greek company, Softomotive, and set up in Greece their center of excellence globally for one of the sexiest technology sectors, which is robotic process automation. Pfizer has built presence in Salonika, which is going to employ top data analysts and scientists in one of the biggest pharmaceuticals in the world. Tesla, of all companies, you know, one of the sexiest, if not the sexiest company in the world, is growing its presence in Demokritos. So I think it's no longer a question of if, it's a question of when and how to speed up this process. Why would someone invest in Greece? Well, I think, again, same reasons I said before, the opportunities. People, great quality of people, good mentality, you know, hard-working ethos after 10 years of hardship, a very good sense of sort of emotional intelligence that Greeks do have, and a very cosmopolitan outlook. And by the way, you know, what the Hellenic Initiative is doing is very compatible with what needs to happen, which is we need to sort of further increase our bridges, especially with the diaspora in the United States and maybe later in Australia. I've seen this in my work. Out of the 33 companies I've invested in, 12 of them are based in the States by Greeks or Greek Americans, and these people are building teams in Greece. They are giving us their vote of confidence and building technology teams here. So there are plenty of reasons to invest in Greece beyond the good weather and the wonderful environment and friendly people who count for a lot. But I think there's also huge talent and people with solid mentality who are in a way commandos in the fact that they've been through a lot of hardship over the last 10 years, and they have not only survived, but in fact blossomed.
Thank you so much, Marco, for these valuable insights. And it truly does feel like we have all of these ingredients in place right now. And hopefully the next years will see the end results of a lot of difficult processes we went through over the past decade. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
you, Mr. Baremis.
And many congratulations to the Hellenic Initiative once again.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So I think we can move to the final category of this evening. The conversation we had with Marcos Baremis was the perfect intro to this category. The 3 award winners that will be presented next will each be receiving $30,000 to keep building their exciting ventures in 2021 and beyond. Now, the first winner in this category is a multi-award-winning social enterprise with a double mission: to help 100 small farmers and food producers grow and export their products, but also to turn the profit from sales into food supplies for people living below the poverty line in Greece. The core target market are consumers the team refers to as conscious foodies, as they choose to buy locally sourced Greek artisanal products that benefit society at the same time. A market that research shows is growing at a global level. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present to you WISE Greece. Congratulations, Melina.
Thank you very much, Mariana. Thank you, Yannis. Thank you, Hellenic Initiative. And on behalf of WISE Greece, I would like to thank you all for this great honor. As you said, Mariana, WISE Greece is a social enterprise with a double mission. We work with 100 food producers with more than 2,500 products. We help them to export in 8 countries, including the US, and we have managed to donate more than 50 tons of food to orphanages, soup kitchens, and charitable institutions here in Greece. This year, we were also awarded by the United Nations for our contribution in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. So the Venture Impact Award is very important for us, and we are very grateful to receive this award at the end of this very, very difficult year. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Congratulations to you as well. So, as we're closing to the end of today's event, I would like to draw your attention to the next winner. Enalia aims to achieve a wide-scale cleanup of the Mediterranean Sea through activating a network of fishermen. So the plastic collected is then recycled and upcycled into new products. The upcycling of the plastic from the sea is achieved through a cutting-edge IP-protected technology of 2 of our upcycling partners. To increase the sales of the products and services, the company is actually currently creating partnerships with ESOPs and also developing their own ESOP themselves. So, Enalia, the floor is yours. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Yanni, for the introduction. Thank you very much also the Hellenic Initiative and Venture Impact Award for this amazing opportunity. So, as you said, Enalia is a social startup that started actually with a mission to fight unemployment in the country by creating the first school for professional fishing. While doing so, we were shocked to see that fishermen were collecting in their nets not only fish, but also plastic, lots of it, which they were throwing back to the sea. Taking into consideration that by 2050 there will be more plastic than fish in the sea, we decided that we have to do something about it. That's why we started training Greek fishermen to bring this plastic back to the port. And as a result, we now work with more than 700 fishermen in Greece and Italy, collecting from the bottom of the sea more than 4 tons of plastic every week, which, as you said, is turned into new products, such as Christmas socks. And thanks to your award, we'll be able to expand this know-how to more countries and create a new line of products. Again, thank you very much.
Amazing news. Thank you. Thank you very much for making our seas clear and crystal, as we normally used to say.
And Yanni, isn't it so interesting and inspiring that this new crop of entrepreneurs has such a strong interest in sustainability and ESG? We look at bigger companies that try to change their tune and do it, but these are entrepreneurs that are starting out with this exact philosophy at heart.
I'm really surprised that they're actually collecting 4 tons of plastic per week. That's a lot. So let's keep it up then.
Absolutely.
Mariana, let's move on.
Very impressive. And so is our last big winner of the night, a group of farmers that work with young people who want to enter the dairy sector, providing a wide variety of training and managing services to existing sheep and goat farmers from the region of Western Macedonia. Through its participation in research programs, Proud Farm aims to develop and incubate incubator farms that will produce fully traceable and high-quality dairy products with respect for the environment, animals, and of course, society. Let's give it up for Proud Farm. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mariana. I would like to thank you all for this honor. At the core of our business philosophy is the belief that if we want to succeed, we should let the people around us flourish from our activity. We firmly believe that the sense of ownership is the strongest incentive for efficiency and resilience. We don't train employees, we grow the new generation of dairy, sheep, and goat farmers, liberated from any debt and other dependencies. We produce dairy products in respect to the society, the environment, and animal welfare. I would like to thank you all again.
Well, thank you for this very, if you like, novel and work that you're actually doing. And I think that this will actually wrap the whole event and celebration of you all, of getting together and making this happen with your bright ideas. So I think it's now time to give the floor to the Executive Director of the Hellenic Initiative, Mr. Peter Poulos, who is, let's say, the brains behind all this initiative. Peter. Peter, your microphone.
Kalispera σας. What an incredible event. I know that left me feeling hopeful for the future of Greece, and I'm sure everyone watching felt the same way. On behalf of THI's board, staff, and the thousands of donors who support us, we'd like to thank our 2 major sponsors of the awards, Dimitris and Sarah Georgakopoulos from the Hellenic Foundation, and Harriet Kondas Zervaikis and Pete Zervaikis and the Charles C. Kondas Trust. With your very generous support and shared vision, none of this would be possible. We'd also like to thank our illustrious group of international judges who spent many hours reviewing the submitted proposals. I'd like to read all of their names. Many of these people have been with THI since day one. Kimon Angelidis, Anna Andonopoulos, Dr. Spiros Arsenis, Michael Bappis, Jeremy Downward, who you heard from, Kurt Heyer, Spiros Ladeas, Anthony Leveris, Cleo Lemberis, Kostapanos Miliaresis, Rebecca Pitsika, Peter Polidor, Omiros Sarikas, Andreas Tapradzis, Chris Tsengos, Marcos Varemis, Harriet Kondas Zervaikis, and Pete Zervaikis. Thank you. Of course, events like these take many months of meetings, of calls, and consideration. We would be remiss if we didn't give special thanks and mention to Dimitris Georgakopoulos and Alex Zitridis for all of their thoughtful input. And of course, THI's own Michael Printzos deserves much of the credit for creating and implementing this event. I'd also like to thank Maria Papastathi, Artemis Kohas, and Xeni Kouveli, who are always an integral part of anything THI produces, and they're part of THI's team. To Mariana Skilakakis and you, Yanis Moutsos, our very able and engaging hosts, thank you for giving of your time and talents to make sure our event was hosted in the most professional way possible. Thank you. Thank you, Marco Varemis, for being an inspiration to an entire generation of Greek entrepreneurs at a time when the country has really suffered greatly. Finally, congratulations to all of the teams. Not just the winners, but to the over 120 companies that submitted proposals. I have to say, on a very personal note, it was truly an honor to read through all of them. And in fact, it was emotional. And our only regret is that we weren't able to support all of you. We'll be staying in close touch with the winners this year and sharing their successes on THI's website and on our Venture Impact Award website, and also through our monthly newsletter and our social media platforms. So if you're not already signed up to receive our e-news, I would encourage you to do so now at thehellenicinitiative.org. Thank you. And now back to Yanis and to Mariana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Peter. And a big thank you to our audience for being with us on this first ever presentation of the Venture Impact Awards. We are so delighted to hear that this will be an ongoing effort. Thank you for joining us under these exceptional circumstances to celebrate these exceptional teams.
So, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, honorable guests, and all those watching this event from every single spot around the globe, we'd like to thank you very much for being with us today on this very special event, the first of its kind, and be assured that more will follow, assisting bright Greek entrepreneurs to achieve their aims while securing a positive social impact. On my behalf, I would just also like to say thank you very much to the Hellenic Initiative, Peter Poulos, Mike Prentious, and stay assured that I will be there to support you in any of your activities. Thank you.